video, right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right,
I got a couple still coming in.
You got more people coming? Okay, we could wait.
Okay.
Whoa.
What's up?
Oh, hey, this guy's got a shirt. It's a homemade shirt. It says,
Yeah.
Nice motherfuckers, stick them up.
Shit. Hell yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Did you make it?
I did.
That's cool, man.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna sue you though.
I ain't got nothing anyways, bro. Sue me.
I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. I love that stuff. I love seeing the bootleg shirts that sometimes people make. I'm like, look at that fucking bootleg shirt.
I screened it in my closet like 3 hours before we got on the plane.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so cool. I appreciate that.
Hell
right,
yeah.
Right. Well, I know we got some more people's coming, so we can wait for the questionnaire. The fuck is this city? It's totally bizarre, right? Ain't it weird? It is weird.
It is very weird.
I'm not trying to trash talk it. I'm just saying, like, holy shit, it's fucking bizarre. You know? Like, yesterday I was trying to get a chili dog and I saw this little girl rapping and a naked woman over here.
Bro. Fremont.
Lights everywhere. Somebody was ziplining.
My man was on Fremont, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I seen the same people.
You were there too?
I was right next to you. You should know.
Oh, that's interesting. You should know.
Sneaky.
I was the one with the blue sleeve.
That's right.
Pretty obvious. Never lose me in a grocery store, you know what I mean? All right. So who's here? Like, who's here for who's going to the festival? The one with the youngs. Yeah. How's it been? Is it over? Oh.
Tomorrow.
Cool. Is it been good? You see Green Day? You didn't see them? That's tomorrow? Oh, they played a secret show. That's why you didn't know. It was a secret. Is this everybody now? Is she still waiting?
I think so.
We're having fun.
Oh, okay. We got 2 more people coming.
Yeah.
High five.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I love it. It's beautiful. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. That's positivity, you know? Anybody in here Catholic? It's okay if you are. It's fine. It's so, you know. And but they do that at Catholic Mass. They be shaking each other's hand and be like, "Peace be with you. Peace be with you." I'm like, that's nice. That's a nice thing to do. You can grab their watch. It's easy.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. I just wanted to let you know that I've got a couple of things going on outside of YouTube if you're interested in supporting the channel. You can check out my label, 31 Records. Our Bandcamp is linked in the description. You can check out Instagram.com/KnifeCrimeApparel for handmade merchant art by me, or you can go check out my Patreon. I have a Patreon exclusive Discord, channel input, merch giveaways, all kinds of benefits to being a Patreon viewer. So yeah, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Now back to the video.
About your answers, I'll be able to hear. You know, I've got very sensitive ears. I'm a songwriter. Okay, so question number 1. Which statement best describes you from your own perspective? It's multiple choice. All right, A, I am a cop, or B, I am not a cop.
B.
We're all liars.
Anybody hear any A's? If you heard an A, tell me.
He's selling real estate now.
Okay. I don't know what that dude's on about, but he's cool. Question number 2. Is entrapment if you answered B, but you are in fact a cop? In light of that, would you agree with that and that's it? You know, A, no you don't agree. B, you do agree.
B.
Agree. It's entrapment.
Okay, it's all B's so far, right? Anybody, any A's?
No.
All right, I'm not discriminating against the A's. Just if you hear one, tell me. Okay, question number 3. If you answered A to any question, promise you won't arrest me here on tour in front of the nice people. If you did not answer A, you may skip this question. Okay, so you don't have to say nothing. A is no promises, and B is okay, fine.
Okay, fine. Oh.
You did answer? Are you like a cop though, for real? Okay, all right, cool. All right, well, thank you. Welcome everybody. All right, we got everybody?
Think so?
Okay, beautiful, excellent. Well, as you guys know, my name is Blue, sometimes Intruder Blue, you know, and I'm here, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. This place is amazing. I don't know if you had time to look around or whatever, and if not, that makes sense, because here you are on the tour. We're going to look at it, we're going to talk about it, it's going to be great. I want you guys to get a chance to, like, ask any questions you want, You got your own eyes. I'm not gonna try to walk you around and be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. So once you get your own situation, we can kind of hang out this whole time and talk about stuff. And I'll try to keep it organic, and you guys are cool, you know, especially the ladies. You know what I mean? All right. So check it out. We're gonna start out in this room, and we get some quotes from some famous punk rockers. Obviously, we got Tony Sly over here. Which, you know, that dude was a very serious songwriter. And to see that he died. Although that does come to us all. I don't want to bring it down in here. But yeah, look around and have a look at your pictures over here. I want you guys to just get a chance to look around the room before we move on and soak up some of the wisdom or you know, whatever. If it wasn't wisdom, I don't know. That one's kind of poetic, isn't it? Yeah. It looks like he's good for like also like a cherry bomb and poison.
Probably also just.
You know, folks had the best names back then, polystyrene and stuff. Amazing X-ray spectrum. Or like Pat Smear, that was clever. Wasn't that clever? Now, but for real, you know, look around. Like, we'll move on in a minute. I'm gonna give you guys a minute to look around. Oh snap! I do want to call your attention over here. With you know.
Give me your phone.
I know I said I'm not gonna let you look, and now. All right. So look at here's Blink-182, and look at how his amp says aliens exist. Tom DeLonge. You know why? You remember when he quit Blink-182 to like help expose that aliens exist? Ain't that fucked up that happened in the real world? That happened in the real fucking world.
Nobody cared.
I know, but he was like, I'm quitting. I was like, you're crazy. And all of a sudden, it's like all these videos of Tic Tacs. I'm like, what the fuck? I love this place. You know, it's like, even though it's nice and it's all put together, it's got such a nice curated collection, but it's still like feels very punk rock to me. This whole place. We got a lot of like. You know, obviously a lot of memorabilia in here, but I don't know, just the sort of like spirit of it, how inclusive it is, and like, yeah, it's cool, right? Anybody else sing with the karaoke's?
No.
That was cool though. That dude did Last Caress. Joan Jett. I always had a crush on Joan Jett. I don't think she would have gone for me.
Who didn't have a crush on Joan Jett though?
I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't ask me. People that died before her.
Facts.
Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
That's Joan Jett jacket back there, by the way, and also Blondie's shirt right here. So, you know, I asked them if they could let me touch it, and they was like, no. They said no. Which I get that.
Yeah.
CJ's.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see a couple Ramones singing. Yeah, that's CJ's.
Given to him by Matt.
Gifted by CJ.
Matt Freeman.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Matt Freeman that gave it.
Dude,
Thank you for reading it, because I had totally forgot that. Yeah, who here likes the Ramones? Yeah, I like the Ramones a lot too. But they're such a weird band too, though. You know, like the whole character thing, where it's like with the leather jackets and the names and the like accents and the like the attitudes. You know, I always wondered like how for real is that? Like
super weird.
Were these dudes just a bunch of like teenage androdized clays, or was it like more deliberate? You know? And I think it was deliberate, because I read this thing where where it was actually Tommy was talking about how there was like a real intellectual element to it, because it was like the time of like Andy Warhol and shit, where people were just being like, yeah, we could be weird ass artists, I think it's interesting to think of the Ramones in that like sense of being like these sort of like intellectual artists, because you kind of look like, honestly, I mean, like might get punched. And there was definitely probably some punching that did happen. Also about Tommy, this is a weird fact that I just learned. He was his parents were like in hiding in the Holocaust, like he's first generation. Yeah, they were in hiding from that Hitler dude, and then they made it out. It was great, and they so just for the record, not a fan of the Hitler. I think that guy was sucked. I'm glad the war went the way it did.
Thanks for clarifying.
So obviously, we're standing here around a bunch of like really sort of old shit. We're starting out with the sort of historical perspective, moving from like the beginnings, and we're moving to some more stuff. Come on in, filter through. I want you guys to get a chance. Each of you should get a chance to look at the memorabilia. You might see something that I didn't even ever notice. But we got a bunch of Misfits stuff over here. I love the Misfits. Who like the Misfits?
Yes.
Me too. That's another band I was always like, what the fuck is this? Why does this exist? How is there like this doo-wop music about kids' skulls and shit? I mean, it's like a juxtaposition, you know? Like that magazine. Yeah, you know, I've been thinking a lot about that. Like that, it's kind of like one of the most common, like, uniting things about punk rock is that if there was like a sort of satirical, sort of like provocative element where it was doing something that was just fucking weird, made people feel uncomfortable, probably on purpose. That plasmatic, but that lady is not wearing a lot of clothes. She is not. And there she's just naked, but what is it? You think that's shaving cream? I bet you it's not whipped cream. I'm gonna tell you this. Dairy smell bad after a while. If you don't know, now you know. One time we did a photo shoot where we ate a bunch of ice cream, this is true, and it got, you can't wash that out of a ski mask. Oh. Hot tip. It will not work. Not joking. Now I'm moving in here. I want you guys to get a chance to filter in. Once we got everybody in here, I'm gonna start talking more about this stuff. I don't want to feel left out.
Yeah, this place is crazy, man.
Isn't it amazing?
It's a beautiful place.
It's something else. So we're moving here to the UK stuff, which obviously is not like the UK stuff happened after the American stuff, even though it did. It's just because, you know, here it is. You know, the Sex Pistols, they were, I mean, you gotta admit that the Sex Pistols did a lot to define like the sort of image and essential character of punk. Like, look at Johnny Rotten. He just looked like an asshole. You know, don't he?
Look like.
Yeah, but
man.
that's what punk means. You know, if you see a kid on the subway in the 70s and said, hey, punk, you were about to punch them, you know? That's not a compliment. Also, they did good with the colors. I gotta hand it to the British people. The color contrast stuff is hot. I love it. This like hot pink stuff against the blue, I'm like, yes, dude. But what about that kid? You think they gave him money? I bet they didn't. Over here we got this Generation X. You know, Billy Idol. You guys, everybody knows Billy Idol. Not everybody knows about Generation X, you know? It's pretty cool.
Generation X good?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, I want to ask if anybody got any questions. You've been looking at a lot of stuff. Well, you got some questions? All right, I'm going to go through and get some high fives, all right? Yeah. You don't have to high five me. All right. All right, that was a good one. Well aimed. All right, who wants some over here? You want some of it? All right. It's a mid one. All right, now. One of us is sick with something, we're all fine. That's right.
Come on, man.
There you go. You guys ever go to festivals and come home sick as fuck? You're like, I'm sorry, family. That was fun. I got to see 2 bands that I like in one day. So I do love the color scheme here in the UK room. I want you guys to continue to look at stuff. We're going to move over here, though. We're going to start moving back into American stuff, you know. I'm not saying America's better than England. I'm just saying it's bigger and we won the war. That was the Revolutionary War. I'm a bit of a history buff, so don't get intimidated, you know. So now we're getting into this, like, you know, this California stuff, this like LA hardcore, and I mean, like, you know. Well, who's seen The Decline of the Western Civilization? Penelope's favorite movie? Ain't that something? That's a good movie. If you ain't never seen it, you should go see it. And I would recommend then you can see number 2 and even number 3 there. Number 3 is like depressing. So don't watch that one when you're trying to go out and have fun later. And also this movie, Another State of Mind. You see this one?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
He's just a kid in this movie. He's talking about, I mean, you know, I always picture him as being like a grown-ass man with like kind of a big frame. And he's just a little buddy in there. He's like, I'm wearing a leather jacket, I'm tough. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked up. So we need to work out. Ain't that? One time we played a show with them in, with Social Distortion in, I think it was Switzerland. Could have been Sweden, I always get those confused. But it was a country with the SW at the beginning. And I remember we was on stage and I was just talking to the audience and I said, you know, like, so what do you guys do around here for fun? Just be white and privileged? You know? And he thought that was so funny. And I felt that made me feel good. I like it when I make a joke and people think it's funny. Yeah. Look at this guitar over here too, ain't that cool? That's Germs. I love the Germs, even though, you know, it kind of sucks, like honestly, because like they didn't know how to play their instruments literally when they started. But that's the way that a lot of punk bands do.
A lot.
You know, I mean, that's kind of where a lot of the stylistic things come from. Like, you know, Tommy Ramone, he played guitar. He didn't play the drums. Joey was like, I'm gonna sing. He was like, oh, well, who's gonna play the drums? It's gonna be Tommy. And then his whole fucking thing of like hitting the hi-hat like this is wrong. Like a drum instructor would be like, do not do that. You're gonna fucking hurt your wrist. But it just had this like incredibly percussive, like energetic sound that we sometimes call the butter knife on the hi-hat in the business, you know. It's like a lot of bands like to get there when they just like really move the song along, you know? Like Mark Man and shit, I mean, it's like goes all the way out there. It's like, there's all kinds, like even to, you know, you ever notice how there's all these like punk scenes that are all like, they don't even talk to each other? It's like, I don't know, there's like this shit is like India or whatever, all these people are vegans and you know, whatever. But, you know, they all like sort of, it's like an evolutionary tree where it sort of springs out of these common influences. Ain't that interesting? Yeah, I think so too. I've seen this band too. Yeah, I saw them not that long ago and I was like, holy shit, they're old. That's real. That's real, but they're cool though. That dude, he could, you know, that dude could, he has a cool guitar stance. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I'd be stuck.
It was a good one. It was a good one. I would put him and KJ and like up there, you know, KJ from Chicks Ticket, they're like definitely top tier guitar stance dudes. We're moving in here, we're coming along more like progressing beyond a lot of this LA hardcore stuff as that sort of disseminated, I think, around the country, you know, you get, I mean, well, Fear, where the fuck was Fear actually from? Who remembers? Who knows?
A dumpster somewhere?
Yeah, right.
In facts.
I can't remember where it was from.
I don't remember either.
Somebody's gotta know. Well, come on in. Wait, there's no, yeah, filter in here.
What was the question?
Where was Fear actually from? Was it like
far
Pennsylvania or some
superior.
shit? That's so crazy. Come on in. Yeah. Don't get stuck all the way back there like on the last person on tour. Like, oh no!
Taller than you, I can see.
Yeah. All right, beautiful. This is one of my favorite parts in here. They got some crazy ass shit in here. Like these VHS tapes. Who remembers VHS tapes?
Oh yeah.
There's this movie here, Suburbia, Decline of the Roots of Civilization. There's two Suburbia movies. Only one of them is like a punk rock movie. The other one's pretty cute, but it's not the same one. You know? Yeah, cassette. Who remembers cassette tapes?
Oh yeah.
Coming back.
They're coming back?
Oh, yeah.
But they always sucked. They always sucked.
Killing me, man.
They were cool because you could listen to songs in your car or whatever, but I mean, come on, like you buy that Def Leppard shit, that shit don't sound good 2 months from now.
That's not the tape, bro. It's the music, man.
Yeah, I mean, yo, you mean like making a mixtape for
No, I'm saying the Def Leppard. It doesn't suck because of the tape.
Oh, it's good Def Leppard suck. I like Def Leppard.
I do too then. Never mind, my bad.
I'm not trying to say Def Leppard is punk rock though.
No, they're...
Don't try to catch me in a hot take. You're trying to catch me slipping over here. We got a bunch of really cool. This is not the weirdest piece of fucking gear that I've ever seen. Well, I'm sorry. Please. The Circle Jerks kit right here. Look at these fucking toms. Like, ain't that
so strange.
It looked like part of it, like you could put a basketball in there. It's like a giant basketball-sized marble maze. Don't it?
It's like a kiddie slide.
Right? Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of cool. Look, yeah, that's right. You're gonna see a whole lot of shit in here. Groovy Ghoulies, Less Than Jake, Social Distortion. Okay, what about this band? You say TSOL, you know what I say? I say T-Sol. I know that's probably wrong. How to say it that way? It sounds like a cleaning agent. You know, don't it? T-Sol. That Groovy Ghoulies bass is pretty fucking bizarre too. Look at that fucking shit. Look like it was previously owned by Count Chocula. Over here too, they got the DEVO hat and the actual original. This was what was used to make the original DEVO hat. Like that one right there. Ain't that something? Those guys were fucking weird. Ain't that fucking weird?
They were awesome.
That's a very punk rock thing to be like deliberately coming out doing something weird and people would be like, what is that all about? And you're just like, fuck you, here it is.
We saw them last year. They still are fucking amazing.
I bet they rip.
Awesome.
Yeah, DEVO was pretty cool, man. As a little kid, I just thought that was the weirdest shit. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Love Devo.
I couldn't understand. Oh yeah. And over here you got the Screeching Weasel guitar. I used to really listen to a lot of Screeching Weasel. All right. Who used to listen to a lot? You can admit it. You can admit it's totally fine. I know people get weird about it because they, you know, Ben Weasel punched the lady and we kind of think about it, whatever. You know, hey, I'm not trying to justify nothing. I'm just saying.
Music's still good.
I used to listen to those records a lot. It's, you know, very important to me. Oh yeah, absolutely. He was like a Ramones head type of guy, you know. I mean, there's a lot of Ramones worship in the punk rock world. And I gotta be honest, I don't even know the band Cup. Anybody?
They were a little punk band out of New York. They Might Be Giants covered one of their songs.
No shit, you come up here. And we got these 8 tracks over here. I say cassette tapes suck, but I realized they must have sucked more. Because people were stoked on the tapes. They did suck, that's fine. It's okay to suck and stuff. Like for, you know, the Germs, they sucked at their instrument, they didn't play them till they started for the band, you know, like Tommy drummed like he did because he sucked. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay to suck, you just gotta like go for it. You don't have to be good in the way that other people had defined. You could be good in the different way that other people don't understand. And then you never make a lot of money, you die alone, it's okay. Because you live by your own principles. Cool shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you get that at one of their shows?
No.
It looked like you did, though.
Yes.
Did you pay a bunch of money to get it to
I
look
got
like
this
that?
at one of the shows.
Oh, that's one of our koozies. I like that one
That was
too.
awesome.
It's just not a beer, which
Yeah.
is usually a lie.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we actually first had those. We're going to play Gainesville Fest, or the Fest, for the first time. And we got a bunch of those koozies run, and we were doing the pre-fest. At that time, it was like not really a legit thing. It was kind of a skate park, sort of like underground thing. So we were just selling the koozies with beers in them, you know, illegally, right? But it was great, because you could get that cheap, shitty beer and just sell it for $1 extra a pop in a koozie. The margins on that shit are amazing. It's true. It's really something. It's really something. So ain't this cute? Ain't it like we're in Grandma's basement over here? I mean, kind of. Except there's a giant surfboard in the corner and everything. You know? This surfboard is actually a set list. Is it no use for a name set list? And it's pretty. I think that's pretty cool. I really like no use for a name. Who like? Yeah. New fan. You ever say new fan to be short, and then you're like, that sounds weird.
Tony.
I know. Ain't that something?
Yeah, go there and get it, bro.
We got all kinds of flyers up around here. It's pretty cool stuff. I would recommend take a second to look at this shit. You got any questions? Oh yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know.
He's rocking out there.
Before we zoomed out, I was like, oh, that's the Ramones, but I was like, no, that's not the Ramones.
Is there a band in particular that got you into punk rock?
A band that got me into punk rock is a good question. You know, I feel like I encountered punk rock a few times before I like really knew that it was like a thing, and I always liked it. I believe that when I was a kid at my grandma's house, flipping through channels on the TV, I came across Class of 1984, like the scene where Teenage Head is playing a club show. And like I have this memory in my head of like seeing it at an early age and just thinking it was really cool and sticking with me. But I don't think I really understood what, like, you know, by the time that like Weezer came out, I was like, this is cool. Yeah. And not even at all putting it together that it was like derived from a lot of punk stuff. And it was like, you know, I was like, or Nirvana, everybody obviously liked Nirvana, you know. I was just a kid, you know, I was like, yeah, Nirvana. I didn't realize that it was like, and the media was like, this is grunge.
Yeah.
Which it just, I mean, sure, whatever, but it's just, it was just punk rock culture that's just stretching out in a different, you know, yeah. And then Green Day, you know, Green Day and the Offspring, I love that shit, of course. And then I was like in high school and, you know, encountered stuff that was like a little bit less known, and it was like, it felt like uncovering these crazy secrets. Yeah. You know, like learning about the Misfits, learning about the Dead Kennedys. It just felt like this weird thing that had happened along with the like all the music history that I knew about, and it was always just appealing to me. And I don't know if it was because of the like high energy or because like it seemed very rebellious and I was like an angry little shit, you know, or I don't know what it was. I don't know, but it was, you know,
Super random.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
All right, cool. Excellent answer. cool. And then I'll go even further. I'll say that like right before Intruder started, I was pretty much feeling like, man, pop punk sucks, because there was a lot of like, there was a lot of like in the, I don't know, like the late 90s and the early 2000s.
Simple Plans and all that.
Yeah, all this stuff. I was like, oh man, we call it sometimes mall punk, and whatever. Like I'm not trying to fault nobody for liking nothing, but to me, I was just like, this is not it, you know. And I totally got out of pop punk. I was getting into stuff like, you know, Zeke or whatever, you know. But then what got me back into pop punk was a couple bands. One was the Leftovers.
Okay.
If you're not hip to the Leftovers, you really need to check out the Leftovers. It's really cool. And I've actually talked to them about, you know, what their founding influence was the Wonders from the movie That Thing You Do.
Oh, that's awesome.
For real, like, you know, they like really wanted to make a punk rock version of the Wonders, and you know, and which is funny because it didn't even occur to me that we were doing like a copy of a movie, you know. But then I was like, I would make out with that lady though in that movie, you know. Liv Tyler, she's beautiful, and I do want to know how attractive was her mother, because Steven Tyler looked fucking crazy. You know what I mean?
He's a good-looking older
She had to
lady.
make
He
up
looks
for
like a
it.
good-looking older lady.
He looks like a good-looking older lady that like had a couple plastic surgery disasters and then fell into a lava pit.
And Liv, he fucked out Liv.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. Now we're moving into some Bay Area stuff over here.
Oh, okay.
Dead Kennedy's one of my personal favorites. I will tell you about a little weird story about Jello Biafra that I heard from Johnny Puke. Who knows who Johnny Puke is?
Johnny Puke.
Yeah, Johnny Puke. He's not like, he was never in like a band. He was just a punk that would hang out, and I mean, you know, like this was like New York, like shooting heroin, sort of low life type of fun, like a real punk rock, dirtbag, street life type of guy, right? He's grown up now and has a job and everything. But it was G.G. Allen died at his house actually. Anyways, he told me a story about Jello Biafra, whose parents apparently lived across the street from John Benet Ramsey's house, and he was literally visiting his parents, like when she was missing. And like he clearly didn't do it. I'm sure he wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, they never questioned you. Ain't that weird? You know, if that don't prove that the cops are idiots, you know, I don't know what will. Don't get stuck in the corridor. Come on, fellas, tons of it. You got a lot of cool San Francisco stuff over here. Obviously, Operation Ivy.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something?
So good.
I know, what a crazy, like, it's just weird to me how these, like, scenes will happen where these bands will just be, suddenly they will kind of just blow up into an entire, like, genre or sort of, like, mode of, like, you know, Operation Ivy. Rancid, obviously, pretty fucking big band, and I know that we're gonna see a photo pretty soon, unless they took it down, where you can see Billy Joel Armstrong at the,
Oh, it's in
Operation Ivy.
It's in the other room,
It's
yeah.
in the next room.
Yeah, I
over
think
here.
so. Yeah.
That's funny for me to picture those Gilman Street shows where all these like future tastemakers and like, you know, hit writers are just like
Right.
hanging out, getting drunk on 40s at a
Dude, like as kids, bro.
yeah, it's something else, isn't it?
Some,
And you got a bunch of
Yes.
yeah, moving into
Oh,
the
so good.
East Coast hardcore stuff over here.
H2O, Murphy's Law, Nausea. Yes.
I feel like without a doubt, like the New York hardcore bands would be most likely to win versus any other subgenre of punk rock at like a street basketball game. I feel like, you know, they just look like they could play some tough street ball, you know what I mean?
It's all the jerseys.
It's the jerseys. And maybe it's the jerseys that makes me think that. Yeah, it's the jerseys. Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know this band Trout, I gotta admit to you.
Right there. That's the girl.
And I'm fairly familiar with Nas. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a picture right behind
The Beastie Boys, that's right. Yeah, well, you know, you guys probably all know the Beastie Boys did start as like a hardcore punk band. If you didn't know that the Beastie Boys started as a hardcore punk band, you should know that they did. And you can go hear it, and it's like, whoa, that's kind of weird. That's the Beastie Boys doing hardcore punk.
Yesterday.
And there was this weird sort of like tie between hip hop and punk rock in the early days that obviously was confused with movie makers. Because every time you see a movie from the 80s, you got like a dude with a mohawk or whatever, and he's got a like a boombox playing Run DMC. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that was real. Maybe the people were confused, making a movie. I don't know. You can see that kind of stuff in like that Friday the 13th 8, you know, Jason Takes Manhattan. But I would recommend you don't, because that movie sucks.
Manhattan for like 2 seconds.
It's true.
Yeah.
You gotta see Friday the 13th 6. That's the fuck good one.
That is the good one.
Yeah, Jason lives, dude.
I'm a little partial to Jason X because it sucks so bad it's great.
It's funny though, yeah.
It's funny.
It's cute.
Another one in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, every horror franchise from back then had to have a part where they got to space. Leprechaun in space, you ever see that fucking shit?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Woo! That one stinks. We got Teen Idol
That's a
stuff over
terrible
here,
movie,
Bad
but I like
Brains. Who's a Bad Brains fan?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I've heard so many people say about back then that like Bad Brains was kind of like indisputably the best of the bands going, just in terms of how good they actually were live. I never got to see them back then because I was like, you know, not around. But I would love to have been able to that whole DC scene. Yeah, pretty intense. People was taking shit really seriously.
Yeah, like
Definitely Minor Threat was bringing a big current of like trying to take shit seriously. Like obviously, you can only be so serious when you're just getting fucked up all the time, right? Right.
the ethos.
Yeah, of trying to just like do stuff. Although I will say this, I'm not gonna fucking like make my own fucking record sleeves.
No.
Fuck that, no. Fuck no. No way. Ain't they got robots to do that shit? They got computers that can draw pictures now.
Yeah.
Not as good as
Well, I don't know. I've seen some of that shit. Looks great. If I asked you to do like a, you know, a picture of like, you know, George Washington like riding a mechanical bull, it would take you a long time to paint that. Mid-Journey would just be like, pow, pow.
I'm a
Hey,
graphic
I can do it now,
designer,
too.
so
It's amazing, ain't it? Well, hey, listen, I'm not saying computers are better than people. I think people are better than computers, but it's computers.
Yes, bro. That's so
I can do
ridiculous.
it very quickly.
Yeah, okay. I believe you. This is the grossest guitar in the museum. The Toilet Boys. Look at this stuff. There's a lot of grossness, you know. There's a lot of gross stuff in punk rock. I mean, obviously, you know, people like Gigi Allen like taking a poo-poo on a stage or whatever. That's not good. I say don't poop anywhere but in a designated area. That's one of my rules.
One of our rules.
Remember lunatics?
That's a good rule.
Over here, this pansy division shirt is so funny. It's a big old dick. It's so funny. We'll wear that to a court hearing. That's not gonna go so good for you. Negative approach.
Is awesome.
I love all the I love the original flyers from back then. Like I'm like, that's amazing to me. Look at these ones. Like this is not the shit that came through that came out of the copier. That's the shit that went into the copier. You know. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, come on, you see? I can't find my fucking like grocery store receipt from like yesterday. These motherfuckers keep this shit that they're like for. I mean, obviously, more worth saving than a receipt. I hear what you say. I understand. Here's the Lost Cross over here. Ain't it something that all this stuff like survived and made it here? And you know why that is? Because of all the people are so like excited about sharing that stuff. There's such an actual community in the culture where people really actually do care about each other and care about the scene, like in a real way. Now I'm not trying to say that metalheads are a bunch of like assholes, but like, you know, by comparison they are, you know, they're dicks to each other. Yeah, I'm sure they're nice to each other when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons and everything, but you know, in general, it's just not as much like support. It's more competitive, you know, it just is. It just, that's the way it is. I don't know why it is that punk rock is such a like thing like that, but that's the way it is. It's cool, you know? Kids, it's egalitarian, you know, and that even through in all walks of it, like even on the Warped Tour, you know, they really try to take that ethos, and even there, like you go in the fucking lunch line in there, it's not like the big shot rock stars don't have to wait in line. They do, well, or the managers do. You know. But I mean, you're never gonna get away from that. I love the B-52s.
Those are fucking cool.
Yeah. B-52s are awesome.
They aren't they so cool? And that's not a B-52. I mean, it's a B-52 shirt, but it's a yeah. It was worn by Bill Weedo in Mental Decay, which I'm not familiar with him. But they got good taste in music, apparently.
Sorry?
Bates and Orlando. Drunk Heads.
And that hand-painted Lunatics drum head. Must have been a bummer when that tore and broke. It's like, shit, I spent a whole fucking weekend painting that, you know? Yeah, that's Reverend North.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anybody that's familiar with Boys of Spring Flip, we got a Reverend North Hammond over here. Ain't that fun?
That's great.
Have you ever met that guy?
A lot. Yeah.
He's like that. He's just like that all the fucking time.
Yep, yep. That's not an act.
I know.
No.
I've even talked to other people that knew him a long time and like, you know, pretty intimately, like try to suss it out. No, like that's just how he actually is. He's just like this crazy ass nerdy professor that got bitten by a radioactive geek. Punk rock, you know, guy. I mean, he's a maniac.
He likes baseball.
He likes baseball cards. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I will say that the Lunatics, this guitar also bothered me. Isn't that gross to me? It looked too gross. It looks like
Looks like an STD.
Looks like bubble gum all over.
Oh, it does.
It does. It looked like you stuck bubble gum on it and then just like swung it around like a little girl's bedroom or something. Yeah. And then we'll come in here. You got some more. Oh, you know what? I gotta say, the dwarf. I love the dwarfs. Who's a big dwarfs fan? Anybody? Aren't they fun? So nice. I'll tell you that. Yeah, they're so cool, and they're actually nice dudes. You know, they're not just crazy monsters. You got a He Who Cannot Be Named mask down here, right here.
I got it.
You also got Mike Dirnt's bass. If anybody's ever heard of Green Day, they played a secret show yesterday. Yeah. And you got a Bad Religion guitar over here. And these are Offspring jackets. Man, I thought Offspring was the absolute bomb when I was a kid, but that stuff came out when Smash came out. That was a fucking hit, dude. And wait, it was like that was the biggest selling independent record of all time. I think it still might be.
It will be forever because no one sells records anymore. So
Right,
it'll be
right.
that forever.
I'll tell you what, Epitaph made a bunch of money with that motherfucking shit.
That's what they made. Punk and Drubbler.
Dude,
Yeah, it was.
back when Smash came out, I used to ride in a. My mom worked for like Frito-Lay, and I was like, I was like 12. I was a little delinquent shit, so I used to have to go to work with her all the time. And I distinctly remember literally wearing out my CD, my Discman, and by going back and forth between Smash and Out Come the Wolves. That's some of the things. That's all I had.
That shit was hot.
Bro, so good.
Now this here, couch you'll see right here, this here is Kurt Cobain. That's the same actual couch. It's not like the same model. That's the one. So if you want to get a little picture of you looking like the Kurt Cobain guy, you can do that if you want to. I will say, don't shoot heroin. Do not. No shooting heroin and no having your girlfriend shoot you with a shotgun.
No.
It took them like 10 years and they never fully sold the gold record, so they made that for Mike. Thank you for not selling 100 million records, Brett told him.
Brett, you never know what you might see in these flyers. And you might, depending on where you're from, you might even see shows you went to.
No effects opening for the Hendrix and Owens.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. And then we got Fat Record stuff over here. But that was the bomb for me. When I was a kid, I was super into that Fat Record stuff. And I love that this art here, this one is like, that's the original, art from Longest Line, which I love that record. Who listened to that shit? Wasn't that good? You didn't like it? Get the fuck off my door. I'm just kidding. We can have different opinions. Yeah. You can say what you're gonna say.
Don't tell the internet that. No. It's not a terrible record, but in my opinion, they've got far better.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Is that the cover that they shot for More Better? Like, did they take a photo of that for More Betterness?
It could be. That's the original painting right there.
That's the album cover.
This is the original Apple computer that was used to run Fat Records when it started.
That's incredible.
Ain't that cute?
That is so crazy.
Doesn't look like Matthew Broderick's gonna use that shit to try to shoot some missiles or nothing.
Get the Russians.
That's awesome.
Fun. And also this here, this smashed. I think it was a Stick in My Eye video. Yeah,
the beginning.
So if you don't know this about Fat Mike, is that he loves Rich Kids on LSD, like the band. Not just like, that'd be weird, right? Like, yeah, no, anyways, he's a big fan. And I mean, to me as a kid hearing No Effects, it just came out of nowhere. I was like, where the fuck did this even emerge from? And only now, as like a grown person, do I recognize like the different sort of stuff that played into it, you know. Because of course, you know, it just always works like that, right? You gotta dig deeper to find those bands that sort of contributed to it. Well, anyways, one of the big ones, Rich Kids on LSD. If you listen to that stuff, you'll understand the big influence on NoFX. I think Bad Religion and Rich Kids on LSD kind of get you a lot of what.
Oh, that's like a perfect. You meld those together, and that's what you get. There's no
That's
effect.
right.
Fat records, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and he was such a fan of Lil Joe that he bought a replica, like the same bass, you know,
Yeah.
but his blue, I think Joe's was red. Yeah, he will tell you that guy is the best bassist. I don't know if that's true, but he's a good one.
He's still around too. He plays for Magnolia.
Yeah, I think so. This dude, what the fuck?
Screw my tattoo up against the grain. I just need to get that.
Another one of my favorite bands, the Vandals.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the Vandals. My favorite thing about the Vandals is all the like talent and musicianship that goes into the silliest fucking most ridiculous songs. I love it. Like that first song, NIMBY, you know, it's like about how G.E. Smith, the guitarist from Saturday Night Live, can't live next door. What a weird ass thing about a song about. But they really put their hearts into it, you know?
Too much drama, but
It's just so good. I feel like they don't get celebrated enough. Like we did the Warped Tour, they did one date on the Warped Tour, and like I felt like there was barely any kids watching them, you know. And I was like, I get it. You don't know about this stuff, but it's cool. And Josh Freese, the drummer from that band, I think is still the most recorded drummer in rock and roll.
Right?
He plays with more bands than you even know.
Thank you.
Yeah, like the ones that are like that you would know about, right? That are like published. He's got uncredited drum appearances on records. You know, he's that kind of guy. Where you get him in there and do something, and he's doing really good, real fast, right? But yeah, but DEVO and Guns N' Roses and Perfect Circle. I mean, the guy, you know, has played with a lot of bands. Pretty fucking serious. And look at that crazy ass guitar. Ain't that something funny?
Against the grain, like.
I know. It probably sounds stupid. Right? Yeah. It was cool. I know. And those old TVs were cool too, but now that fucking shit is ridiculous. Remember if you lived back then when you had those two TVs, you might have got like a 32-inch TV and you were getting a bigger one and you were like, I'm gonna keep this, it's valuable. Now you would like have to pay somebody to take that shit from you. You'd be like, please take this giant heavy piece of shit from me. It is worse in every way than the stuff I can buy for $100 at Walmart. That's technology, buddy. That's why Skynet's coming for all of us. Yeah. All right. Let me ask, here's a good question for you. Who here used to find bands, listen to punk rock by listening to comps, like Punkorama, that record stuff? It wasn't that how it worked? It was amazing. One day it was like you go get that shit, you were a little teenager, you go sit back in your bedroom, you're looking at it, you're like, oh, you listen to it, and you learn about all the bands. Nowadays you got the internet. I'm not, you know, kids must be confused. Don't you think? How does that shit work? How do they know what to do?
That one's, yeah.
TikTok or some shit.
TikTok is like, that would just ruin all kinds of entertainment for you. It's too good. I feel like TikTok is like a mind control thing, you know? You know, the lizard people run the government. I don't know if you guys noticed. Now, when you go over here, I think this is one of the, like, this part really gets my fucking goosebumps going, and it's like warms the cockles of my heart over here. But you know, this was actually like the Pennywise practice space that they fucking tore out and brought here. Mm-hmm. Ain't that something? Ain't that fucking sweet? Yeah. And you know, I guess could have been all Fletcher. That guy's a fucking monster. Ripped it out of his could have done it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, for real. There's a carpet and everything. It came out of there and it came here to be.
Dude, even the garage door.
So
It's like,
I know, ain't that something?
freaking, it's nuts.
That's the heart, you know. And when I was here last time, I saw Fletcher around all the time. He was helping out with stuff and like painting stuff, and I'm always careful to kind of avoid him because I'm a little scared of him. You know, he's gonna pick me up and like shoot hoops with me or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's a real cool dude apparently. And look at all this stuff. I think it's so sweet that they brought that in there. You know, ain't that something? All right, I'm gonna keep moving so you guys can keep moving. We'll go around through this loop over here, come back through that way. Here's another one of my favorite bands, at High Standard. I love this fucking band. I feel like they're completely underrated. They had just like this really cool mix, like the guitar riffs were like really interesting. And he would always do chord stuff as one guitarist, but on the records it's like 2 guitar tracks. He's doing like inversions of the chords in the left and right, so it sounded fucking crazy. It confused my little teenage brain on my headphones. I was like, what the fuck is this? You know? And I, you know, now I know. So, yeah, and got a chance to play with them one time in Japan, in Tokyo, and it was amazing. They were so huge in Japan. I saw them as a kid in like with No Effects on tour in like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you know, it was nobody knew who they were. It was a really cool show. I had strep throat, so sorry to everybody that was in a mosh pit with me. You know, hopefully you got out of some work with that. I don't know. But yeah, then played with them one show in Tokyo. They were just the nicest guys, and unfortunately, the drummer killed himself a little bit before the museum opened, I think, and that's very sad. So don't do that either. No killing yourself, no shooting heroines, and no getting your girlfriend to kill you with a shotgun. These are the rules so far we've established.
No being a cop.
No being a cop, that was the end. And we're getting some more like, you know, there's some more British hardcore stuff. There's some, the Addicts actually met that dude. I can't remember what his, you know, ain't that a creepy picture with him? There's like that Clockwork Orange sort of thing. You know, that's what it looked like. But he was actually really nice. He brought in cupcakes for the staff on the last day and everything. He was nice. There was no like Clockwork Orange type of murder or nothing. He wasn't drinking milk or nothing. No milk at all, as I remember. Yeah, that is. And here we got Chicks Dig It playing. Who likes Chicks Dig It? If you don't know Chicks Dig It, you should check out Chicks Dig It. It's cool. It's really funny. If you like Massachusetts, you probably like Chicks Dig It. It's like really silly, funny lyrics, you know, with a pop-punk chorus or whatever, you know. He's not as handsome as me, but you know. I know. There was a rumor was going around that I was KJ a lot at first, and also it was rumored that I was Mikey Erg. Yeah. And I am neither of one of those people. But I do know both. You know, I think that's a nice compliment. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I love the Lillingtons, of course. Absolutely, Death by Television is one of my favorite records. Fat Mike will tell you that Death by Television was one of the best pop punk records of all time, but he refused to put it out. So what the fuck does that guy know? You know what I mean? Yeah, come on in here. They got a really cool thing over here. The Clash. If you're a big Clash fan, you see some stuff over here. And to me, the most exciting thing is this Lemmy stuff. I think Lemmy is so cool, you know. In fact, this bullet necklace right here that has some of his ashes in it, that's from Morat, the dude with the pink mohawk that you see at the front of he works at the museum. I was talking about him and asked him if he had like snorted any of them, see if he gets you high, but I think he probably would. This motherfucker was crazy. Even till like he lived you know, I mean, he died relatively young. But for the way he lived, he should have died at like 2. You can't just go drinking a bottle of whiskey a day and doing all kinds of drugs and live till you're fucking 70s. Apparently you can. Apparently you can do it. Got good teeth.
Put a giant Cocoa Puff on your face.
And, yeah, I mean he's a legend. You know, a lot of people call a lot of people legends. I feel like you could use the word legend about Lemmy with total confidence. If anybody tries to call you on it, smash a bottle in their head.
It's what Lenny wants.
That's what he wants.
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna walk over here. I don't want to try to rush this. You take your time and mosey. We're gonna go past this wall with leather jackets over here, and these are, you know, cool. You can touch them. You can feel. If you ever want to see what a real dirty old leather jacket feels like, you can feel it. This one in particular, this was Morat's. You know, he had to clean the puke off of it before we brought it in. But look at that stuff. That looked like a fucking prop from a zombie movie, don't it?
Dude does.
Man, what
Hello. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the upstairs part. All right. We're gonna see some like more modern stuff up here, including even stuff from my band, which I'm really excited about because I would like seeing my stuff behind a glass case, but it's not like kept there from me, but like to honor me. You see a lot of cool photographs in here. These are like a bunch of just really cool photographs. I don't know what else to tell you. Just look at them, you know. And then we can go over to the jam room. I'm gonna check the jam room and see what the situation is, and we're gonna either go around and then there, or there first. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
All right, everybody, come on, come on, come on. James is gonna talk to you. But this, you see this Black Punk Now stuff, Afro Punk exhibit here? This dude, he's the guy that did, you know, this, so that's cool.
Part of the tour now.
He's gonna talk to us about it.
Yeah, come on in. Come
Come on,
on.
come on, come on, come on.
So basically, what we got here is this story all starts with this documentary that I made in 2003. It's called Afro Punk, and basically I interviewed almost 100 black punks from around the country, and we talked about the experience of being a person of color in the scene. I feel like in my experience in the 90s growing up, the conversation around race and punk was really like fuck Nazis, and then that's it, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, I had a lot more to say, a lot more thoughts, and in doing these interviews, we really made a more nuanced conversation, right? So I was in New York. I started doing a ton of screenings, and a lot of people were coming out and get a bar, like do it at a bar, and like 150 people would squeeze in and be like, "Yo, I need to start putting some bands together with this," you know? So the pictures that you see here are the rule was they had to be black fronted, so what you got here. But also what really makes it unique is that I really went out of my way to try to get black and brown people in the room, right? So this wall is all audience, right? And if you look, like this one in the bottom here, that's a sold out show at CBGB's in 2006. 300 black people at a punk show, you know? So what you got here is kind of your very first all-black mosh pits, you know? So what's in this room is just kind of like ephemera, flyers from those early days, you know, the pictures from the thing. You can check out the bands, you know, that are on the list here. And you might have a moment where you're like, yo, but what about, or have you heard of, there's a book right there. Write it down. I'm trying to get a comprehensive list of every punk hardcore band that has black members, you know? And you'll be surprised, you know, like I remember all throughout doing this process being like, oh shit, there's like a black dude in Chromax, like there was a black dude in Suicidal, there's a black dude in Warzone, like, you know, so check it out. Two other things I want to say is we're also celebrating the release of my new book. It's called Black Punk Now, and it's an anthology of black punk writers. Like there's about 25 or 30 different people who were writing fiction, non-fiction, comics. So like whatever you're into, there's like, you know, there's fantasy, horror, love stories, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So you can check that out at the table. It actually comes out in 2 weeks, but I got some copies here just for this. Also, I have a graphic novel that I wrote last year. It's an award-winning graphic novel about my first year finding punk, growing up just 2 hours from here in shitty desert town. And I was one of 2 black kids in the scene there in the late 80s. The town's filled with Nazis, so I'll let you fill in the blanks. It's a great, I mean, it made for a really good story in retrospect. Yeah.
Terrifying at the time.
At the time, it was yes. You made it out. I made it out to tell the story, yeah. So, you know, take your time when you can, enjoy it, you know, check it all out. I'll be sitting right there if you have any questions, you want to talk shop or whatever. I'm here for it. All right? Thank you so
I want
much.
everyone to get a chance to get in and have a look, you know. I know some of you are being all polite and hanging back and stuff, but that's nice. But, you know, now's time to look out for yourself. Get the fuck in there. Yeah. Oh, thank you, buddy. That's cool. All right, yeah, get yourself look. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to mosey over to the jam room. We're going to make everybody's already in there feel awkward and then leave, you know.
We're gonna fill the room up.
Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah.
Well, a lot of these are
Look at
right
this
here,
here.
but I'm gonna go through the room and I'm gonna tell everybody what year is what.
This one's, no, I don't remember this one being here before.
It's been there forever.
Has it been there?
Yeah, no one ever plays out of it, but.
Yeah, well.
All right, is this everyone? We got everyone in here?
Yeah, come on in. No, I think we're there. We got the last guy. He's right there.
All right.
Come on, last guy. Oh, and the other people too.
Now I'm going to try to work my way around this side of the room so we just kind of get towards the door a little bit. That way we just have a little path. Guys, welcome into the jam room. This is second best room in the museum that's not the bar. Right here, starting out in this corner, I always like to start in this corner because this is where all the magic happens. This is Green Day's guitar tech case. This is what we use to do all of the setups and maintenance on all the instruments so you guys can come in and enjoy them. Starting right over here with the instruments, we have Mike Roche from TSOL, Pete Collar of Sick of It All, Eugene Huntz of Go Go Bordello. This is Norwood of Fishbone, Chris Freeman of Pansy Division. We got Mr. Tim Armstrong of Operation Ivy, and Rancid. I will always put Operation Ivy first. Founding father of the museum and NoFX, we have Fat Mike Burkett space right there. We got Mike Herrera of MXPX, Will Levy of A Story So Far. We got Gabby Chaos of the Venomous Pinks, an up-and-coming all-girl punk band out of the Tempe, Arizona area. They actually she works side by side with Lynn Lee from Bad Cop, Bad Cop. They do a thing called Basis Against Racists, and all proceeds go to different charities of that basis preference. We have Zach Blair of Arise Against, Joey Cape, right here.
How about that fucking thing, huh?
I'm guessing Miss
I've got Joan. Are you looking for
You
her?
got Joan. You got
I'll
Miss.
actually hand her to you.
So sorry. Oh, Miss Joan Jett herself, everybody, right here.
That's actually a guitar. That's not her. Don't worry. I was wondering.
If it was Joan Jett, I mean, like.
It could be like a Beauty and the Beast thing where she was transformed into.
It's just like a rose, a little kiss from a rose, right? See here, we got John Feldman of Goldfinger. You got Trevor Keith of Face to Face. Chet from Wasted Youth. What's really cool about this guitar is him and Robo from Black Flag decided that they didn't like the weight of this thing, so they drilled holes in it to try to cut the weight.
How about that shit, huh?
The only thing about this, they added a steel pick guard, so I don't know what that is. We got Brendan Kelly of Lawrence Arms.
Yes.
James Lynch of Dropkick Murphys. This one here, this is Big Man Fletcher of Pennywise right here. So what's cool about this rig is when they were in limbo of getting signed to help persuade the record label, Fletcher sacrificed this amp to the gods by throwing it out of his second-story window of his apartment and left it in the elements down on Hermosa Beach. So this thing was completely rusted out when we got it, but we did go through it and fix everything. It is in working condition again.
How about that shit, huh?
We got Pete D from the Addicts. This right here, this is Mr. Wesley Willis's fucking keyboard, Rock and Roll McDonald's.
Let's go.
Can you get my Rock and Roll McDonald's preset coming up? You know how to do
Did
it?
we do that? Are we able to get that on here? As long as someone messed with it.
If you know how to do it.
I know, right? Hell yes. Got your phone? Oh, here.
It's not Rock and Roll McDonald's, but
We can tell.
no, somebody messed with it, so it's not in there.
Yeah, but that actually Wesley Willis' keyboard. That's one of the things to me. Like I feel like that's the most freak out thing I saw. In
Oh,
him. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
no
yeah.
shit. That was Wesley Willis.
Kick Batman's ass. Like,
Yeah, I know. He was hilarious. If you guys don't know about Wesley Willis, you check it out. You know.
We got this one right here. This is Rob Ramos of Strung Out. And then right behind you guys here, we have this washboard on the wall. We also have the water tub base.
Are you
That's
really?
from Days and Days.
Yeah.
Everything in this room has been on tour, has been in studio.
I knew that was in here.
around the world.
Jesse
The only
told me.
thing we ask you not to do is touch the presets on the amps because they are set to sound the way they did with the instruments.
Oh,
the amps.
nice.
Yeah, but you can. If you want to touch a guitar, you can do that. All
You
right.
can touch guitars, you can take photos with them.
Yeah, that's right. You could go touch one, or see if you could play. Maybe you want to show me how to, how good you are at guitar. You can do that. I hope you watch it drinking. You can't be drinking all day. You get real tired. You're gonna start getting into a fight with a cop. Don't do that. It does not good. It doesn't go good. I tell you that right now. Now, you know what? This part is so exciting for me because here it is. My band right over here. Ain't that fun?
Is that the mask that has the ice cream?
No. No, we just threw those ones away. That's a good question. That's a good question.
You probably wouldn't be able to smell it through the glass, right?
I can tell you that these are the pair of shoes that we each wore on the cover of the first record. And then I'm actually not 100% sure if that is my first one. I think it could be the second one possibly because I lost a pair in Europe. So, don't leave a backpack in a club. If you're wondering if you should do that, don't do that. Don't do that. Ain't that cute though? And you can see Officer Graves doing a little jump right there. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah. That make me real proud, you know. We got some leftover crack over here. Bad Cop, Bad Cop. Who knows Bad Cop, Bad Cop?
Oh yeah.
Those ladies ripped. I love those people. We've toured with them and played with them a bunch, and they're good friends, and they're a sick band. And Kogi the Clown Jacket, what a silly guy this guy. Huh? All right? Well, it's so silly. It's kind of depressing, ain't it? It make you sad when you listen to it. Like that movie. What's that sad movie where you get so sad when you watch it? Oh, Requiem for a Dream. You get all sad.
Can't even watch that shit, dude.
Oh man, you ever tried watching that one right at the Labyrinth, like a double feature? That'll really fuck you up. That'll really fuck you up good. You got some. Now this is, I think, actually.
Oh shit.
I don't think this was even here, but last time I was here, yeah, I know.
Wasn't here yesterday.
No, is that no?
Yeah.
How about that shit, huh?
The epoxies are really cool. They had they're like a keyboard player in them and did stuff.
Yeah, man, keyboards sound cool. I like to put them on a record, but if you want to get a keyboard player, come on tour with you, it's like another person.
You gotta pay them. You
gotta pay them money. Well, you should. No, don't do that. That's not cool. That's not nice. We got I love these black velvet heads. They're fun. They got my ski mask on one of those too. I kind of wish my lips was like that. I feel like I get more kisses. People be like, hey, let me try that out. You got some Green Day stuff over here. Look at this. Face to Face. What is this empty can here though? Nobody told me, but I don't know why. It's just there.
I left it when they were setting it up.
I'm sure there's some significance to it. I just have no idea.
It's the can somebody peed in while driving the van across the country on tour.
Yeah, it could be. You got something like, this. This stuff was a little bit more after my time. Like I didn't really listen to like Fall Out Boy and Bowling for Soup. I did hear the Fall Out Boy stuff on the radio, and I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of cool, But I was like, I'm not gonna listen to this stuff. It's too popular,
So I've got that AP. I've got
that
one for sure. I recently bought that one.
There's a couple that I've got that are in the windows here. It's like what I wish my bedroom looked like.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Like this whole place, like I could just roll around in it and be super stoked all day.
Yeah, but you'd be depriving all the good people of the cool stuff.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah. So if you like, if you want to see, you come on, make sure you filter through and see this stuff where you can have a look at it with your own eyes. I don't want you to just move from one place to another without no chance to look at something, right? You guys doing all right? Should we do another round of high fives? Everybody, do another high five. You don't have to just high five me, high five the people near you.
Come on.
I got 2 hands. Yeah, that's good. That's great. I love it. Yeah, all right. You can all high five.
I didn't get one the first time.
Oh, you missed out the first round? I'm sorry. I'll give you another one at the end, all right? Make up for it. Hey, look at Juliette Lewis. From Juliette Lewis. I think she's probably more famous for her acting, but that band's pretty cool. Oh, no shit? That's cool.
Backstage, and she was the tiniest person in the line.
She looks like she kind of small. I'm a big Juliette Lewis fan,
Her music's solid, man.
Yeah.
It's a good band.
I mean, she got that kind of attitude where it seemed like it'd be cool.
She probably kicked the shit out of me.
Yeah, probably wouldn't though, because she's like above that. She's not gonna go beat up some guy.
She's pretty nice.
She's like a movie star. The Interrupters.
Really good reason.
Who here is familiar with the Interrupters?
Oh yeah.
That band is really good. Like in terms of like just like being consummate professionals and musicians, I gotta say. They're definitely top class. Anybody we've ever played with, just like the amazing, like, well, for one thing, they're like literally like a family. You know, the rhythm section is identical twins. The bassist and the drummer are identical twins. That's basically cheating.
Yeah.
Right?
The guitarist is married to the singer.
That's true. And the guitarist is the other brother
Right?
from the two other brothers.
Married to the singer.
We played with them at House of Blues.
Yeah, we did. We played with them. We did a tour with them, and it was a really good time. They were just amazing, and it was really cool to just see how hard they work at everything. You know, there's a lot of heart.
Dude, I'm very curious about this picture of Scott Vogel. Like, how it's just so random. Do you know who this band is? Terror?
I mean, I know of Terror. That's about all I can tell you.
I mean, it's my favorite hardcore band. It's just really strange that that's stuck in the middle here.
I mean, it's with
it's
Municipal
amazing.
Waste, you know.
Municipal Waste. I jumped off a springboard at a show and hit a rafter and fucked my shoulder up. That's my favorite memory of them.
I love Municipal Waste. I love that stuff. It's really fun. I think, is this big giant beer bong? Is that a
It very much is.
Yeah, that's fun, huh? Ain't that something? I don't know where this actual picture. It looks like a Warped Tour over here. Don't it? The Warped Tour, what a thing. It was like, you know, going on the Warped Tour, it was like, hey, it's summertime. You want to go hang out in a different blacktop parking lot all across the USA for an entire summer? What a good idea, huh? Yeah. Hey, you like porta potties? How about using those almost exclusively for several months, you know? No, ain't nobody got time for that. All right, come on, everybody. We're going to go over here. We're almost done, all right? I don't want nobody to cry.
Already am.
It's fun. Yeah.
Actually, before we go through here, let's go into here. There's a Warped Tour thing right here. Who went to Warped Tour?
Oh,
A
yeah.
bunch of you? All right, come on. Fill them in here with all your asses over here. Yes. You might see some memorabilia from one of the shows that you went to. Who knows?
Oh, it's cool.
Ain't that cool?
So cool.
Awesome.
And so here's what, you may not know this, but the bands don't know when they're gonna play on Warped Tour. Like the schedule gets decided. So when you wake up on Warped Tour, you get out of your gas guzzling thing, and you go and you look on your phone if you got an app now. But back in the day, you had to go to a place, and they would look and they would show you what the fucking schedule was, and you find out what time you play, and then you're gonna go walk your happy ass to the place where you get your water, and then you walk and you know, with your ski mask on and everything.
If it says 11 a.m., are you like, fuck?
Yeah, you know. Well, kind of, because you're like, but then you might be like, well, that's cool because I can go do a bunch of stuff after, right? Yeah, that's
11
right,
a.m.
that's right.
small stage. You're like, yeah, I guess.
Thinking the night before.
The stage is usually decided. Usually you're on a stage. You know, it might switch a little bit, but like usually you'd be.
Same stage.
Where you're playing.
Yeah, that's right. And you gotta load your gear there, you know. So it's like it's a very egalitarian fiasco.
That might be Brandon's drums. It says the used drums. It might be Brandon's.
Oh, shit.
Warped
That's
Tour
crazy.
meet and greet Kevin Lyman today at 2 p.m. That is not a current sign. He's not gonna. I think he's giving tours around this time, but he's not here right now. All right. Now, we're gonna go through down this way. We're gonna look at some more pictures. We're getting to the last room here. We're gonna end it there, and then it's up to you guys. I probably will go down to the bar myself and have a drink. If you guys want to hang out, I'm happy to do that. And if you don't drink, that's good for you. And you don't have to. You can have water or Pringles. And if you don't eat Pringles, that's probably good for you too. But I like Pringles. It's DIY. And then just a bunch of like little candy personal shots taken. I love this one's funny. You got Officer Bradford right here, and there's Officer Bradford's face on the picture. And this is Chris Sherry. If you don't know who Chris Sherry is, he's the artist that did the Milo, you know, like Milo goes to college, Milo, whatever. Yes. The Casualties there, ding. You know what's a funny name to call the Casualties? The Casual Ties. That's what it's spelled like. Ain't that fun? Oh, this is Toy Guitar. If you don't know Toy Guitar, you should check them out. They're a Fat Records band and they fucking rip. It's really, really cool. Oh yeah, look at Stacy. Yeah, Officer Bradford. Officer Bradford always looked like such an asshole in his pictures, huh? a couple of pictures of Spike in here. You know, I think that Spike from the Gimme Gimmes is like, I personally feel that he's got the best voice in punk rock. I love listening to that guy sing. And we do a tour with him, and I would just sit there and listen to him sing, and I would just be like, oh, that's so nice, you know? Oh yeah, I love playing with those guys. It's good times. They're cool dudes. And they're not, you know, they're just like approachable, nice guys to us. Yeah, what a cool time that was. All right, we're gonna go over here. This room looks like the first row, but it's the last row. Ain't that clever? There's some fun quotes in here, you know? I mean, a lot of this stuff just speaks to the dedication and like obsession of like how people, you know, how hard people are working and shit. This one's funny to me. The leftover crack one. It's like, I like to pass out on Fremont Street just so people know that we're still bums. That's true. Those guys were definitely still bums. And this one too, it speaks to her dedication. You know, I beat that without music. So when I die, if anyone is like, I wonder who Amy was, they can put on this record and find out. Doesn't that get you kind of verklempt over there? It does for me, you know.
What would your quote say?
What would my quote say? Ah, that's a good question. I should have thought about that before. I don't have anything prepared. Do I have to answer right now? Are you gonna kill me?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yours would be, no officer, it wasn't me.
Yeah. You know what I would say? I would say, hey, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, being in a punk rock band is stupid. And I'm like, so? That's what my one would be, yeah.
Sounds like another lawsuit shirt.
Yeah. This one's funny with the Davey Havoc one, where he's like, I'm looking for some chai and a good vegan muffin. That's cute.
That's true.
Cute. Yeah, I believe it. Hey, who don't like a nice chai? It's nice. It's got that sort of like potpourri thing happening, which is like, you're like, what the fuck is it? It's nice. I like it. You don't like it? No, it looks like you. Oh, you like it, and you make fun of it for that? Oh yeah, I see. I know how this is. I can tell. All right, guys. Well, you know what? This is going to be the end of the tour right now. I want you guys to have a chance to ask me any questions that you want. Otherwise, I'm going to stand here and I want you to high five me. And if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Who wants to? You want it? Come and get it. Number 2 for you now, finally, right? You got to complain about it over here. Right? All right. Hey, buddy. You? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. I really don't want to hit you in the head with my own phone. Let's do that again.
Can we get a picture?
Yes, you can get a picture. Anybody want a picture? I'll get a picture with you.